What is the first thing that you think about in the morning? What is the last thing that you look at before you go to bed? For some of you, the answer is likely social media. Social media overuse is more prevalent in the United States and the world as a whole than it has ever been. Regulating time spent on social media has become more and more difficult as the interfaces have become more and more addictive. Um, as someone who has used social media for many years, I can attest to its addicting qualities. I personally have wasted many hours thoughtlessly scrolling on my phone and computer when there have been better things that I could have been doing. Excess stimulation through the use of social media is inevitable for most people. However, through self control and accountability, healthy habits surrounding phone use and social media can be reconstructed. All right, to start off, I'm going to begin by discussing some of the statistics regarding the overuse of social media in the United States today. Next, I'm going to walk through why I believe this excessive use of social media is so harmful on the individual level. Then finally, I'm going to offer some solutions to this problem through the help of the Holy Spirit. Let's begin by looking at some statistics. So first, social media use takes up a significant portion of the average life. The average adult lifespan in the United States today is just over 75 years. About 25 of those years we spend sleeping. Another 25 are spent at school and work. This leaves only about 25 years left of discretionary time. When a commute and time for meals are added in as well, this number falls even further to roughly 20 years of time to ourselves to do as we please. Of these remaining 20, the average American spends approximately 7 of these discretionary years on social media. Time is often equated to money, and if you worked at a $20 an hour job, this would be like spending $1,227,000 worth of the hours of your life on social media. Even if this number were cut in half, it would be enough money to completely change somebody's life. So, this begs the question, is it worth the cost? In addition to consuming time, social media can be addictive and detrimental to personal well-being when used in excess. According to Canadian researcher Sari Wilson, social media overuse in minors can lead to them developing habits of social isolation and aversion to face-to-face interaction with their peers. These habits developed in youth could have long-term implications that we don't yet know of. In addition, it has also been cited that excess social media use in adults leads to increased habits of advertisement-driven consumerism. This is due mainly to the fact that the largest social media companies in the world use algorithms that place advertisements custom designed specifically for you to click on. If you haven't clicked yet, it's probably only a matter of time before you will. This trifecta of time wasting, comparison, and consumerism is a deadly combination for those on the cycle of social media addiction. However, simply cutting back time on social media is no easy matter due to the addictive nature of these apps. So, you need a plan. This brings me to my final point. A social media addiction can be beaten with accountability to God, accountability to yourself, and accountability to others. Ephesians 6:12 states, "For we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this age, against spiritual hosts of wickedness in the heavenly places." The first step in cutting down on the use of social media is recognizing that there is a battle to be won and God is on your side. Second, you must hold yourself accountable. If being average means wasting 7 years of your life scrolling on social media, this may be your calling as a believer to be separate from the world and to start valuing yourself and your life. Third, think of your loved ones around you. They, more than anyone else, want to see you succeed in life and would hold you to your word if you told them that you were trying to cut back. And you personally aren't addicted to social media. This may be your calling to be the shoulder to lean on for your friend or family member who is. Finally, this brings me to my conclusion. So to summarize, social media overconsumption is a major problem in the U.S. and the entire world today. Countless hours are being wasted. This excess use results in increased levels of consumption among the youth and higher levels of consumerism amongst adults. To remedy this epidemic, accountability must be established with God first, with ourselves second, and lastly with those around us. So, do you want to save more than $1 million worth of your time in your life? If so, I encourage you to cut back on social media use, and the time that you have should be used to glorify God. All right, let me read off my sources real quick. So first I have C. Wilson, social media comes with good and bad sides, doesn't it? Second, I have A. Pellegrino, The Dark Side of Social Media, Content Effects on the Relationship Between Materialism and Consumerism Behaviors. Third, I have H. Vorfeld, Engagement with Social Media and Social Media Advertising, The Differentiating Role of Platform Type. And lastly, I have L. Seats, Average Time Spent on Social Media. All right, guys, thank you.